Good morning everybody and welcome to today's assembly. You may remember that last week I read the story of Zog and we heard about Princess Pearl and Sir Gadabout and how they wanted to work with Zog to become flying doctors so they could help people and animals and creatures to be well. So as I said last week, this week I'm going to read the follow-up to find out what happened next. And this is called Zog and the Flying Doctors. Meet the Flying Doctors, a dragon, knight and girl. Their names are Gadabout the Great and Zog and Princess Pearl. Pearl gives people medicine and pills and vaccinations, and Gadabout is expert at performing operations. Zog is good at flying, though not so good at landing. But Gadabout and Princess Pearl are always understanding. Flying high one morning, they heard a mermaid wail. "I'm sunburnt and it hurts," she cried, and swished her scaly tail. Bang, crash, thump, they landed. The mermaid's skin was red. Pearl rubbed in some special cream. "And wear this hat," she said. "Thank you," said the mermaid, and she waved a fond goodbye as a team of flying doctors sped away into the sky. As the sun rose higher, they saw a unicorn. He pawed and ground and whinnied, "I've grown an extra horn." Bang, crash, thump, they landed. "I'll help you," said the knight. He cut the horn off gently, to the unicorn's delight. "Thank you," said the unicorn, "for taking so much care." And the team of flying doctors sped away into the air. Halfway through the afternoon, they heard a lion sneeze. "I've caught a flu," the lion roared. "Can someone help me, please?" Bang, crash, thump, they landed. And Pearl said, "Take this pill and do keep warm. That's terribly important when you're ill." But the lion's cave was chilly, so Zog said, "Fetch some wood." Then he breathed out lots of flames until the fire burned bright and good. As evening fell, they saw a great big palace down below. "My uncle's house," said Princess Pearl. "Let's go and say hello." Bang, crash, thump, they landed. Pearl's uncle was the king. He didn't say hello. Instead, he said, "You naughty thing! Where have you been?" he thundered. "You look an awful mess. What's happened to your crown? And where's your pretty frilly dress?" "But uncle, can't you see that I'm a doctor now?" said Pearl. The king replied, "Princesses can't be doctors, silly girl." He told the men to seize her and to lock her up inside. Princess Pearl was furious. She stamped and stormed and cried. Weeks went by and Princess Pearl spent many weary hours sewing pretty cushions and arranging pretty flowers. The others tried to rescue her with all their might and main, but they simply couldn't manage. All their efforts were in vain. Each night they flew to visit her and perched upon her sill. And one dark night she told them that the king had fallen ill. The king grew worse, his head was sore, his arms and legs felt weak. His skin had turned bright orange, and he found it hard to speak. He called a lot of doctors, a new one every day. He croaked, "What is this illness?" But they simply couldn't say. They didn't know the answer, but Pearl was pretty sure. It looks like orange fever, and she read about the cure. Grated horn of unicorn, a mighty lion's sneeze, some mermaid scales, a little slime, and 1/2 pound of cheese. She told the others what to get, and do be very quick. My uncle could be dying. He looked extremely sick. Away flew Zog and Gadabout. They reached the lion's den. Bang, crash, thump, they landed. He sneezed for them, and then they flew back to the forest where the grateful unicorn was very pleased to give them his unwanted sawn-off horn. Back to the mermaid's rock they flew. She gladly gave some scales, and her sea snail friends allowed them to collect their slimy trails. Zog said, I'm exhausted, but he flew and flew until bang, crash, thump, they landed on the bedroom window sill. Princess Pearl said thank you for the scales, the slime, the sneeze, and the horn, which then she grated up with 1/2 pound of cheese. She tiptoed into her uncle's room. The king lay in his bed. She held a spoonful to his mouth. Now open wide, she said. After just one spoonful, her uncle felt much stronger. And after spoonful 2, he wasn't orange any longer. After spoonful 3, the king was dancing with delight. Princesses can be doctors. You are absolutely right. I'm sorry that I locked you up. Of course, you must go free. But do come back and visit me and bring your friends to tea. Hooray, cried Pearl, and out she ran to join the other 2. Then off into the sunset sped the flying Doctor Crew. I really like that story, and what I like most about it is that actually all that Princess Pearl and Sir Gadabout and Zog wanted to do is to help people. They helped the creatures that they found, and they also helped Pearl's uncle. And they helped him even though he wasn't very nice to Pearl. He wasn't nice to Gadabout and Zog. And sometimes when someone's not very kind to you, it's easy to join in and not be kind back. But actually the Flying Doctors did the right thing, and they tried to help him regardless to make sure that he was okay. And actually at the end, her uncle, the king, realised that he had done wrong and he apologised for it, which is the way things should be. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I'm also going to put a link on the website to a song for you to join in. I'll make sure it's a familiar one that you know from assemblies. I hope you're all safe and well. It's been lovely hearing from you. Please make sure you keep in touch. An email to your teacher or any member of staff at least once a week is really great, so we know that you're okay. Okay, I'll speak to you next week. Take care, stay safe, keep well. Bye, Fairlock.